Hi guys, welcome to episode 9 of our Mortal Realms review series. This episode, what issue are we going to review this episode?
Issue 9.
Issue 9. We have a special guest star. Say hello, Sif.
Roxy.
Roxy. Oh. Hello, Roxy. Anyway, let's get straight into it. Yeah, this is...
Hey! Too far!
Anyway, guys, we are recording. Don't take the mic. This episode, Maximus. This issue sees some reinforcements. We've got some extra unit members for both units. Let's have a look. We've got three secretors and 2 castigators on this sprue. As always, the detailing is amazing. It's GW. You never get bad detailing. They're all numbered, so they're all numbered and they all go together one way. So they're another set of easy to build, but they are slightly different than the ones we first got. They don't come with flashy bases, you just get more basic bases. So, you know, if you want them to match with the ones you've got, you're going to have to put some work into that. Although, you know, a bit of dirt and maybe some corkboard will help you there. So that's all pretty cool. There is some bits of the bases. Look, there's a bit there that looks like it's part of a basing thing or something like that, or that might be something else. Who knows? What is? I can't see that on the models. Oh well. So that's pretty awesome. So and of course bases. So you'll end up with 5 castigators and 6 secretors after this issue. As always, signed by Ian, the right hand of Sigmar himself. First we've got Stormcast Eternals, the Marks of the Righteous. It's got a basic bit here where it's going through the equipment and armour of the Storm hosts are covered with the icons and symbols of Azir. Though these symbols follow themes that are shared across the Storm hosts, there are many variations. So there's weirdly enough, there's a Stormcast in the colour scheme I'm already painting. I'm not sure how they manage that. It's kind of creepy, but there you go. And it goes through all the icons and all the bits and pieces you get there. Apparently this one shows that he belongs to the Blazeborn chamber, which is weird because I had the Bloodstorm guys, but maybe I've accidentally painted the Blazeborn chamber. That's an option. Maybe I could go for those instead. It's actually weird. It covers the shields and the various bits there, some of the chamber designations there, the tabards and the beast mark. So that's all. Set away. Next we've got Death, the Legions of Nagash. Do you want to read that bit out? You'll have to be louder than Sif.
I'll have to be louder than Sif, that's quite a challenge. Oh, I can smell what you're doing in the garden.
That's fine.
Licking my hand doesn't help. It's a crazy dog. Nagash's undead warriors are almost limitless. Limitless in number. They are divided into vast regions, each made up of
Sif, away now. Sorry.
Each made up of different kinds of undead, but they are all equally lethal and enslaved to the world's great necromancer.
I didn't get kissed by a dog. We've got more.
Crazy dog. Yes, smart.
More explanations on Nagash's armies and how they work. Some explanation on his lieutenants, and you've got 3 legions that is divided into the Legion of Night, by Manfred von Carstein. Then we've got the Legion of Sacrament, led by Arkan the Black, and the Legion of Blood, led by Neferata. So they're three of the legions that he controls. Obviously, you've got the new legion. You've got two new Mortarks in. You've got the Lady Olander and whichever Mortark runs the new guys, which I'm not entirely sure of yet. Next, we've got the Valley of Bones, which is a nice little story to give you some inspiration on what you're fighting and some fantastic artwork as always. And then following that, straight into how to build your Secretors and Castigators. So you've got an awesome little blip there. Obviously you've got the clip of safety in case you accidentally slip and lose an arm. Dangerous clippers, you've got to be careful. How to paint Secretors and Castigators. So here we've got some more details on how to paint them. Washing them using Reichland Flesh shade if you want, and again it's showing you how to add highlights by dry brushing. It's got an important bit there on direction. When you're dry brushing, when you're raising bits of silver, it's important to brush it in the right direction, otherwise you won't raise the high bits and you might paint the low bits. Next, we've got the Dead Refuse to Die.
Jeez. Cannot take two dogs on the left at the same time, guys.
Sit down. Away. 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 Now. I'm just going to pause it, guys. Sorry, got a little overexcited there. We've got the Dead Refuse to Die. You've got a little blurb there. Anastasia Starstrike shouldered her weapon and waved her foot troops forward. The Night Haunts were everywhere, forcing the Secretors to battle for every inch of ground. Still, there was no sign of the magical treasure they sought. There was no choice but to fight on and delve even further into the dark tomb. There you can see you've got 5 Secretors against a bunch of against a chain rasp horde, so that should be cool. With 5 Secretors, I'd imagine you're going to lay the stomp down quite good. So I don't think there's going to be extra range, extra waves or what. But yeah, you've got the Secretors attack, then as standard the chain rasps attack. Back to Secretors, back to chain rasps. This one's on the small small playmat rather than the large one, which we haven't used in a couple of weeks now. And here you've got the basic war scrolls for Mirmon Banshee, Glaive Ray Stalkers, and Castigators. So that's pretty cool. And then the back again. Quite a quick one, this. Ah, crap. Sorry, got an extra bit that's come with it. Which is nice. What do you think, Julia?
Fancy looking.
We've got the Cosmos Arcanos, which is all the realms and some of the sub-realms within the AOS, the Age of Sigmar solar system, I guess, galaxy. Each one, what's the name? Each one designated by a law of magic that goes with it or flows from it, and each one with a little description. Got the Age of Myth there, so it's got some basic descriptions of what happened in the Age of Myth, and then on the back page, the God King's Travels, which are the travels of Sigmar. There we can see Sigmar. He's a lot less armoured and a lot less beardy than he is now. That's much more what Sigmar looked like in the original fantasy realm. He was like a loincloth wearing, hammer wielding barbarian. Yeah, upon arriving in the Mortal Realms, Sigmar's first act was to explore his new home. So began an epic journey of discovery that took the God King to every corner of the 8 realms. So that's some more pretty cool stuff there. What do you think, Julia?
Interesting.
Interesting. Okie dokie. Well, next episode, issue, we've got issue 10. We've got a Tomb Banshee, which is another, and Painting with Corn Red, which is another thing, model for your army. I think she's an independent character. What do you think? She look good?
Yes. Angry Ginger, basically.
Original is good. And then we've got some scenery. We've got the first pit of terrain, which is the Sigmarite Mausoleum, which is actually it's one of the older pieces of scenery, but it is one of the pieces of scenery they still use. That was, I don't know if it was actually called the Sigmarite Mausoleum or what it was called, but that was an old Imperial, originally designed as an old Imperial graveyard in Warhammer Fantasy Battles. But being as one of the later pieces of scenery in that, and it was one of the better pieces they've kept it. Let's have a look. Issue 10, they're going to be covering the Tomb Banshee, painted with corn red, and some new rules to play through. And issue 11, Sigmarite Mausoleum, part 1, Storm Hosts, part 3, using terrain, a playthrough. So there's loads of cool stuff there as well. What are the new rules in this one? It says new rules, but you don't always immediately see them. Given that for chain last boards. Pile in weapons, 2 melee attacks each, to hit 3+, to wound 3+. Saves. In this one, they've got save rolls. Which the chain last player rolls 1 dice for every successful wound roll, and a score of 4+ is a successful save, and these attacks do not cause damage. Lower than 4+, the attacks cause damage. And then the same with the Secretors, they both get 4+. With the Secretors, I think it's because the armour, and with the chain rasps, it's because they are ethereal and things like that. From what I understand, the Secretors' hammers counter that somewhat, but I don't think we've come to those yet. Okay, that's it for this week. We will see you guys next week for issue 10. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That's goodbye from me, and
goodbye from me. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hi guys, hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter. Not sure why, but I am. So if you like it, see me there, and please tell your friends. Thanks very much. Bye.